Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. My royalty. Let's get petty because I meant to talk about this in the last episode, but then a lot of things have been on my mind, especially when it comes to dating and relationships and the fact that my ex-boyfriend, Mr. No Heart, the guy for 7 years, I thought, you know what? It's like I've been talking a lot about him because I want people to learn from my mistakes, especially low self esteem, disability, but undiagnosed until after I broke up with him and things. And yeah, how come like he is trying to come back into my life, but I don't know why? And some people might like if they heard that not recipe. Yeah, it's like I'm working on a lot of recipes for the cookbook and my candles. So yeah, I'm thinking about recipes now as well. But it's like some people are like, well, oh, well, he needs to give you back your property. Yeah, but he told me that he was only going to hand me my property when I drive to him, that I have to go to him, that he lives too far from me for him to come to me, that I only can go to him, even though I did that for 7 years. And the emotional ABUSC that I had to, and the financial ABUSC, because that's kind of like borderline financial, because if you've been listening to the episodes, you already know what I'm talking about. But it's like when my gas money is worth going to him and servicing him, and he tells me that when he calls me, I have to jump to drive to him. But when I just need him to one more, I can count on one hand how many times he's driven to me. But when I ask him, can you just return my property? Because especially with my disability, it was out of my control. I couldn't drive to him. But then he's going to say, oh no, I'm just going to put your stuff in the garage when you're ready, or once you like, this will help you get determined to heal, to drive to me. This will force you to heal, or to want to like walk better. And oh, sorry, I'm just saying it just makes me cringe because of the way like he felt like he could just treat me any old way. But on top of that, with that, this is why some men should never date a person of color, or especially a black woman. This is why, but it's really funny how sometimes when I listen to some videos of people who are mixed, and especially when, like, there was one really interesting video where the entire video was based off of mixed black people, and they talked about when the mother is black and when the mother is white, in their experience, and what they've learned about their culture and what they didn't learn about their culture and things. And it was really interesting with the comparison. And well, with this episode, yeah, I'm gonna be dragging the Hispanic community quite a lot in this one. But don't worry, I drag black men all the time, because it's like, I think this shows that the African American community, on top of reparations, we need a lot of therapy, of group therapy. I think we need to all be called into like a large stadium, and we just need to like either like go through the trauma that we've had to face over the years and decades and stuff, and the illusions that white people tried to place, and how they whitewashed so many of the situations, but then they turned around and blamed us, even though they know that they are the reason why said result occurred. But I'm gonna be dragging. I've dragged the Asian. Well, yeah, I've dragged East and South Asian, not equally. I'm gonna drag both of them even more. And some people might be like, but you're a Democrat. You're supposed to be nice and forgiving and this and that. I like, skip that. I've done that for years, and that's the funny thing. It's like throughout the years, it's like I thought I had so many friends of different like demographics and things like that. But then over the years, sometimes seeing like different, well, especially on Facebook, not even the Facebook dating, just Facebook, when we had Haley Bailey be the Little Mermaid, the racism that we had with the colonizers, used to that. I mean, it's like sometimes it was to the point where I'm just like, yeah, we know you go to the KKK meetings. Haha, we know you go to the Proud Boy meetings. Yep, we sure do. But then when it comes to the people of color, though, I mean, they just with the Little Mermaid post, it shows how much people of color hate us. They think we are just nothing. They team up with colonizers whenever they can, and they're just like, yeah, they're nothing but some like uneducated, ugly, blah blah blah, and they're so ghetto, and it's just like, and this is from the Hispanic community. It's like, do you know, like, when it comes to the East Asian and Hispanic community, the responses that I've seen, and even when it comes to Mrs. Obama and Kamala Harris, the way the East Asian and Hispanic community, the way they talked about them, like calling Mrs. Obama a he, she, and the way they were saying she's ugly, and oh, it was like, of course she's not smart, she's black, and this is all from the Hispanic community. And oh yeah, the East Asian, oh, they did a, who, the things they said too, but yeah, specifically talking about the Asian community, when it comes to those three things, every time I saw them, and I mean, okay, of course, not, it wasn't 100%, but every post, like, I could find either or, just saying some of the most racist, bigoted, awful, heartless, terrible things about us. And so with the election, us 92%, we were not surprised. The 92% were like, we knew. And because the way that you guys have treated us over the years, whenever we try to be the first of something and we try to tackle something and something where we are outside of our stereotype that the colonizers try to force us in and then taught you guys about, to the point where you hate us and that you degrade us based off of the colonizers' definition of what black is and our history is. You want to blame us and talk about us and put us down, and it's just kind of, it's really disgusting and pathetic, because like I said in the last episode, one of the main reasons some of your ancestors started coming over by boat and everything is because of the efforts of African American ancestors. And a lot of people, a lot of colonizers want to say we didn't build this country. Haha. And they want to say that black people are lazy. The reason that some of these colonizers are millionaires and billionaires now is because of the work of the slaves, is because of the work of the African Americans. It's because they were too lazy to do the work. So they had to go and get free work. And they were so lazy that they refused to spend a penny of their dollars on someone to do the work. They would rather have gotten it for free. And they did it in some of the most dehumanizing ways. But now they want to turn around and say slavery was everywhere, even though the slavery over here in America was much different than anywhere else in this world. Mm. And it's like, I know they don't want to hear about it, but when you eat the slaves and with the crocodiles, you have the black babies as bait. You know, when you keep them in a box as torture, if they get out of line and now you want to call slavery training when you didn't allow them to go and get education, you didn't allow them to read, but now they want to they're trying to show, they're like, "Oh, they're trying to turn slavery into a fairy tale." Cuz now they're like, "No, we gave them job training." No, that's not how college and education works. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it was. Yeah. They're trying to change some because even with the scientific experiments, they did it while the women were fully awake, testing drugs and stuff on them. Yeah. Forcing them, like the slave owners, forced themselves on the women to make more to them product because they didn't want to pay for another one, and or another slave. Like if they had a big strong slave, they wanted that to continue. They wanted to make some more, and they didn't care if the woman wanted that. Yeah, but they try to whitewash our history. People of color want to blame us because even throughout the years with and I talk about education a lot because it's really sad how many people tell me, "Oh, you're a white girl wannabe. You're trying to be all educated and everything." That's what white people do. When I invest my money, why do you invest? That's what white people do. And or that's what white men do. That's not ladylike. Women shouldn't do that. You're trying to be a man. You're trying to take my spot. I don't want to date a woman that has money. Do you know how many men that have told me that they didn't want to date me because I had investments? Because I would have a way to get out if they harmed me or were terrible or cheated on me? Do you know how many men said that? Too many. But then they wonder why they're single. They want to blame women for being, you know, for making them stay single. And some men now, they're they want, like, especially the red pill MAGA jerks. Yeah, they're trying to take away women's rights. They don't want us to work. They don't want us to have investments. They don't want us to have any type of financial power because that will force a woman to marry them, to be with them. Yeah, they don't want a genuine relationship. They want to force it. But with all of that, with the Hispanic community, it's really interesting with what's going on, especially when you talk about Puerto Rico and the Cuban community. Because yeah, oh, I've seen their posts and those when they write me on dating apps. Ooh, who they sound like the colonizers. It's like some of them saying, "Oh, you're just a stupid Democrat." It's like you want socialism, you want communism. You're stupid. You're dumb. You're a waste of time. Some even telling me that they wish that I would just pass away. Yeah, these are from the Hispanic community. But let's look at what's happening now, especially the Hispanic community that tells me that I must be racist because Democrats are racist, because Democrats are the ones that were leaders in slavery and everything. But then they don't look and see. This is why I keep saying cause and effect, the domino effect, and everything like that. Because if you don't know the history, if you don't read and focus on what happened before, then you sound really dumb. Because the parties switched and a lot through like even the 50s and 60s. And it's like our original police were slave catchers. And yes, it's like a lot of this started off Democrats, but the party switched. The racism switched. Even when you start talking about abortion, it's like that's how, like, when looking and studying about the Republican Party and how they became who they are today, and how they are almost literally the opposite of who they were in the past. But Fox News, Newsmax, and other, they only want to say, "Oh well, we were the good guys were," because which party has the Confederate flags now? When you look at the Proud Boys and the KKK, which political party are they associated with now? Which president did you have to ask for him to denounce those hate groups to? It's like, come on. It's like they're so focused on one single item within the history when they don't want to learn about anything else because it's going to prove that they're wrong. But I've noticed with the Hispanic community, they were doing the same thing. And that's why I keep bringing up the colonizers, but it's because a lot of the Hispanic community were going right along. Like some of the Hispanic community would be like, well, the Republicans did this, and Republicans are heroes, and the Republicans this and that, and it's like they're great and they're wonderful, and Democrats, they were for slavery, they were for this, and it's just like, what education system did you go through? What reading level are you at? Because you're poorly educated, which fits, which fits. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. Some things to kind of go over because, like I said, the 92 we told you, and I'm going to keep saying that. I don't even care. It's like if some people are new and they start binge watching my episodes, yeah, if they listen to the ones right around now, you're going to keep hearing me say, "We told you so." Kamala Harris told you so. Mrs. Obama told you so. It's like you hate us so much. You hate us so much that some people even knew what we were saying was true, but they thought the damage would only be for the black community, and they wanted to grab their popcorn and snacks and get ready for that. But then those same people who were grabbing their popcorn and snacks are now deported, are now sent back to their home country and or to Africa. Yeah. That's not their home country. They're Hispanic. They should have went to South America, but it's like somehow, some way, we've got one that went to a like one of the highest restriction type of prisons in Africa. Make that make sense. And the irony is that person probably hates black people so much, but now they are going to be with black people until it's like they're on a hunger strike too. And the thing is, oh, no one, do not think I am celebrating this. I'm not. I'm in shock. I'm appalled. Because I've heard about this for I think 2 weeks now. And at first I was shocked, and then I was like, how did that happen? What kind of mess up is that? And I think it's just the like with a lot of the Hispanic community, especially. It's like we all know you got a lot of you guys don't like us or you tolerate us or you have like racist things against us or whatever. Because even the fact when people date and marry, they say date white or don't date black because that's like especially the skin color and the colonizing features and things like that you a lot of your culture aims for. But it's just dang. It's like because now he's on a hunger strike, trying to get the orange man's attention, and that's one part I really don't get. Because yeah, black women, we would have told him a hunger strike isn't gonna do anything, boo boo. He doesn't even care if American citizens starve. He wants the rich to get richer. He doesn't care about the poor. He only cared about the poor until he got into the White House. It's like he only like and even some people said, well he liked black people before. No, he didn't. Remember the whole lawsuit with the redlining and then the Parkland 5? Like years ago, like when he for the first presidency, he said what he thought would get certain demographics vote. And then he would pardon some African Americans because now black people can't say he's not racist. It's like he has to at least do some good things. It's like he's against Black Lives Matter, but at the same time, he let out a couple black people. So then that's okay. He's like, he has some kind of statue museum or exhibit or whatever featuring some black people. So that means he's not racist. But in a heartbeat, he would kick us out of this country with his whole marketing of the whole MAGA thing, America First. That came from the hate groups. That was for the colonizers, which did not include the Hispanic community. A lot of MAGA cannot stand you. A lot of them are celebrating this, as you can tell with the videos that they are recording. Black women told you so. The 92% told you so. Because again, he doesn't even care if American citizens starve. And a lot of MAGA are cheering it on because let's go back to my last video, my last episode. A lot of people only see black people starving. They only see black people not being able to have food. They only see us not being happy. So they enjoy it. They're applauding it. They're like, yes, good job. It's like you have to, like, and it's just really crazy how for a long time the Hispanic community were applauding along with MAGA and the hate groups because it's like they felt like they were good enough. They thought they were part of them. They thought they could bully the black community as much as they could, as much as they wanted, because they're not black. They're not one of them. They didn't want to be a part of our group at all. They wanted to say how we're not good enough, or we're not smart enough, or educated enough. And yeah, but yeah, and they would brag about, we like, I will vote for, yeah, that whole, they even created that jingle. But it's just really crazy how they were so hard on black people saying, he's not racist, he's not what, And black people, we kept trying to provide you proof. We kept trying to tell you and show you, but you didn't. And now you got the Supreme Court allowing ICE to pull you over based off of the color of your skin. But yeah, they're not racist, right? They're not racist, right? And we have Hispanic people getting pulled over, and now they're on the news talking about, yeah, I voted for him, but I did not know it was good. I didn't know it was like this. I've never faced racism before. I didn't know this is what the African American community. Shut up. Yes, you did. We've told you. You didn't believe us. You can't say you didn't hear it because we told you. And then a lot of them kept saying, well, why do you guys always bring up race? Because we go through so much racism on a regular basis. On a regular basis. And even with RFK Jr., some of the things he said, some of the racist, like, health things he has said, he thinks it's fact and it's not. But at the same time, there are doctors that kind of follow off with some of his hypotheses. Because some of the things they teach in medical school, which is horrifying and terrifying. And so I kind of feel like it's the same thing. It's like the Hispanic community, it's like they're going based off of the colonizers. So it's like some of their thesis, some of their analysis and things are, they're different, but they're the same. They're compatible. When you put them together, they line up perfectly to the point where you're like, who did all of them learn from? Because there's a difference, but it's kind of like they had the same teacher, but during different times or for different classes. That's I know it's kind of an odd comparison, but that's just how it feels. It's kind of like they all went to med school, but they went into different concentrations. But within their concentrations, they taught the same type of racist things, but into different subjects. But I hope that guy gets out. I hope the Hispanic guy that is in an African prison. I hope all five, because I hear there's five of them. I'm like, okay, what demographic are the other four? Are they Hispanic? Are they African? Like, where is their home country? And it's like, because even criminally, like, he was accused of attempted, elimination. And it's like, I think he did spend some time in prison, but he served his time. So part is like, why is he back in there? If he didn't do another crime, why is he back in there? Just something to think about. Because also, it's like, I don't know, it's just, this country doesn't even care if American citizens go hungry, but this guy feels like if he goes hungry, the orange guy is going to pay him so much attention. He's going to, like, even though the reason why he's in there in the first place is because of him. And the orange guy just wants more people out of the country. He doesn't care who. Well, he does care. Well, as long as they're black or brown people. Yeah. It's like, he's not. I mean, I guess we'll find out and see. Like, this is like the fifth Hispanic person who I've noticed beg the orange guy. Give me attention, orange guy. I'm a good guy. I don't deserve to be in the other. Like, you made a mistake. You meant to keep me here. I'm one of the good ones. I'm not the crimp. Like, this is literally like like now it's like while I'm talking, I'm going down memory lane because I know there was one guy who I believe it was his wife. Like, he's Hispanic, but his wife is Hispanic too. And I believe he is already a citizen, but she wasn't, and she got sent back. I don't know which country, but I remember he was on camera and he was pleading, like saying, like, please bring her back, she's one of the good ones and stuff, and I voted for you, I supported you. And like, I keep hearing that, like, a lot of them are now like being treated just like how the orange guy said he was going to do this. Black women try to tell you, and we kept telling you about Project 2025. We kept telling you to be careful. We kept saying, but you don't like us, you hate us, you think we're uneducated, you think we're not smart, but we were smart enough to know what was going to happen. And then a lot of people were like, well, he wasn't like this in his first presidency. How many times? And I know I'm not trending yet, but one day. It's like, cause yeah, this is for like, this channel is forever. So it doesn't matter like who or when you listen to this. Remember his first presidency. Cause this is a point where I wish other people would start waking up to. Cause yeah, I'm all the way awake. I'm all the way awake. I'm woke. Yes. I paid attention with how many people kept leaving and quitting, how they would get hired 1 week and 1 or 2 weeks later they're gone, and how many of them said, you do not know how he is, you do not know his ideas, you do not know this man. Omarosa even announced it on Big Brother. But I've talked about this so many times, and I'm going to keep talking about it because we need to be awake. So many of you did not pay attention. I paid attention. But anyways, this is the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.